So now we're going to be talking about Andrew Tate and leadership. Again, this is about the future of human evolution, and a lot of people like Andrew, like many others, are literally pulling us back and taking us back 1,000 or so years. Listen to this clip. It's crazy, crazy stuff.
One of them. Yep. Later on, she brings a guy home. Yep. He's like you. Yep. Okay?
Okay.
And confident, not intimidated by
I'll
you.
whoop his ass, but
yeah, he's respectful, but he's confident, and he's kind of like you. He comes in with a swagger because that's what they're used to, right?
Of course.
They get married. 5 years later, they got 2 kids.
Okay.
She finds text messages. She finds out he's got a handful of girls on the side.
Yep.
You find out through your guys who run the clubs that they report, because people are going to, guys like us, we're going to be reported back. Everything's coming back to us. Of course. You find out he's hooked up with 3, 4, 5 girls on the side. Mm-hmm. Are you confronting him?
So I say this, and I've answered this question before, and people find my answer surprising, but I'm going to be very honest with you. My plan for my daughters, and my number one hope for my daughters, if I could plan their lives head to toe, would be for them to, at a relatively young age, meet a man who is older than them, who can take care of them financially and get pregnant and have a family. If my 21-year-old daughter wanted to marry a 48, 50-year-old guy, I'd be very happy with that. I'd be like, good. He's probably settled down a bit. He has enough money to take care of you. You're going to be good. In this scenario, which you've just described, if the man is financially providing for her, if he's offering her provision and protection and she's safe, I would truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, say to her, look, there's no point losing the man who's paying for you, who takes care of you, who will die for you, who protects you, who does all of those jobs as a man because he's running around with a few silly girls. There's no point leaving him. You can confront him, we'll talk to him, but there's no point in destroying your family home over this. That's what I would say. People may think I'm not telling the truth, but I'm telling you that's what I would genuinely say. You know, we talk about marriage. There's a really great guy. There's a really great guy on Twitter. Devin Erickson, I think his name is. Everyone follow him. And he replied to my video I made on Elon Musk. No, that's not him. That's a little dork.
From Nebraska.
That's a little nerd from Nebraska. That's one of the pastor's kids. That's one of the pastor's sons. We don't need them.
Devin Erickson almost got a shout out. Okay, that guy's not a dork. All right.
All right. Find his reply. I would like to read this verbatim, please. Find his reply to my Elon video where I explain that having children is the business of kings. Please find. He did a...
Wow. Kind of crazy shit, right? So let's break that down. Andrew, fuck. If people are following him, please do not follow him, because literally you're making the species go extinct. Literally, that's what Andrew and many of these individuals who are into that phase, and this is why we're talking about the future of human evolution. You literally are making the species go extinct, because that's not going forward. That's going back to 1,000 years later. So, and this is for everybody. Andrew, you call that leadership, or is that evolution? That's not. You got to follow a real man. Okay. So let's talk about leadership. Andrew Tate, like you just heard, says if his daughter married a 50-year-old man at 21, and that man cheated on her with a few women on the side, she should stay. Why? Well, because he provides, he protects, he's paying the bills. Guys, that's your definition of leadership. You're not a leader. You are a liability. And if that's your standard for masculinity, I suggest you unsubscribe from Andrew Tate and start following a real man. Okay? So let's just break this down. Okay? This isn't alpha. This isn't trad values. This is historical dysfunction on repeat. Kings did that 1,000 years ago. And worse, it's weak men idolizing dead kings because they've got no idea how to build an empire within. Okay? Tate says that, well, he'd be proud of that kind of arrangement, proud that his daughter would be financially secure under a man who lacks the basic discipline to keep his pants on. Let me make this painfully clear for you, Andrew, and for all those other individuals. If your wealth buys you excuses, you're not powerful. You're just protected by your wallet. This is today's new bro code. Provide, protect, betray. And then you call it masculinity. No, that's not it. Real men don't need to cheat to prove they can. They lead because they've mastered themselves. And that kind of man doesn't just pay for a woman, he activates her. To the women who fall for this, I think they used to call it gold diggers back in my day. The ones who think being kept is a privilege, you're not wrong for wanting safety. You are just aiming way too low for yourself. I know you want a provider, that's cool too, but don't call it a relationship then. Because if you're just the prize at the end of a paycheck, don't cry betrayal if you handed him the permission the moment he covered your rent. Listen, you signed up for a cage, then you're blaming the zookeeper. And then to the men still following this ideology, just thousands of years old, it's nothing new. You say that you want to be respected, then stop idolizing men who are rich but soulless, loud but hollow, dominant yet completely out of control. You want to be powerful? Then stop copying the blueprint of boys who never evolved past their data issues. You want to lead? Then follow a man who doesn't dominate, he elevates. Follow a man who holds his frequency in a room full of temptation without collapsing. Follow a man who builds queens, not collects concubines to prop up his ego. Follow a man who doesn't have to flex his wealth to show, to prove that he's that awesome. Again, follow XI, follow me. By the way, I'm not here to teach you how to seduce women. I'm here to show you how to seduce your future by mastering your timeline, your biology, your truth. I don't brag about how many women I can get because the force I've become through exponential intelligence is one that women naturally rise beside. That's not game. That's gravity. You've tried the hustle. You've tried the bravado. You've tried buying your way into power. And what did you get? What did they get? Now try becoming so aligned you can bend time, so present your very cells begin to regenerate, so clear in who you are that women evolve just by being near you. Imagine that. Just by being near you. Not because you ask them to submit, but because you show them what's possible. That's not alpha. That's divine masculine. That's what XI can do for you, brother. Right? That's what I run on. So here's the question. Are you ready to upgrade? Or are you still quoting men who have to pay just to feel powerful?